Welcome, Leo, to your love reading for November 12th to the 18th of 2018. So, we're going to do a 10 card Celtic cross spread for you for this week. Alright. Give everything. First comes towards you. Your response. Your fears. And then the outcome for November 12th to 18th, 2018. Okay. This week. Love. Leo. So, there is a need with Temperance being here to just heed your advice of kind of stepping away from something that could be very volatile. So this is being impatient with the process, or being impatient with someone that you might be around, because maybe they do push your buttons at time, or they have done so. So that might be an issue. The Hermit is showing up, so that's another major arcana. So there maybe deep stress about a decision, whether or not you should wait for somebody, or just trying to figure out a new spiritual perspective about someone or something that you have been dealing with. And something very intense, because you got three major arcana. So Justice is showing up. This is either you being on the side of good karmic justice, knowing that something needs to happen because of the way that you've been treated, or something that's been done with you or another person, for some of you out there. And you're having to, it's almost like you're waiting for some kind of a karmic event to happen with someone that you may have been dealing with. And that's why Temperance is kind of showing up like universe, God, what's going to come of this? Why did these things happen with me and somebody else? And you wanting things to kind of unfold, right? The World, another major arcana. So that means that there was something that you have dealt with where you may have been, you shut the door on it, and now it's like you're trying to see what happens. Like you're trying to see if you are able to completely move on from somebody, trying to receive answers to something that you have been wondering about with someone else, and why they've done something to you, why have you done to someone else. So the King of Swords is showing up. So legal advice, judging your situation, being able to decide and stick to what you have chosen to do with somebody. So it could be a now it could be a Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, it could be anyone for that matter, but definitely being detached and moving on from someone, and just not really falling for the sob stories, or falling into a spiral of the same kind of thing. The person coming towards you, that person is kind of detached. Maybe they want to work with you, they're working by themselves, or they're focusing on money. Sometimes you might even feel like the person that you was dealing with, they were just all about money, and nothing really emotionally satisfying, or something that can bring you together with somebody else. Now your response is, you might be very hasty. The Knight of Swords is usually what's another person, but it's also an energy of being aggressive and wanting to go to battle, because you may feel like there was an injustice done with you with someone in your past, or someone that you've been dealing with. So I feel like that might be very intense for you. So be careful with doing that. It tells you again with Temperance being there to be a bit cautious of how you might respond to somebody, and know that karmically I feel like things will unfold in the right time that it needs to, according to what the universe feels like, and not when you expect it to happen. So it does happen eventually. Now the person that you're dealing with, whoever it is, they're either not wanting to hear what you have to say, not really wanting to understand your perspective, and not really wanting the connection. So you might be pulled away from somebody, and someone is pushing away from you, not really wanting things to work out, or listen at all. Now your fear is also your fear, two things: moving on and not being able to. Some of you might really need to move on from someone, but also feeling like you might really not be able to let go of somebody, even when you try to disconnect, and you might need to just close the chapter. Fearing to move on from that person might be very tough for you, for a lot of you out there. And then the Page of Swords is in reverse. So the fact that you might have issues with moving on from somebody, or the fact that that person could be just kind of doing things to get under your skin, or you might be communicating, whether it's social media or to other people. There might be rumors and things spread about that particular energy or person. So yeah, I wanted to do three more cards, and those cards, the Queen of Wands is in reverse, which is a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Is female. Could be male or female, just depends. But I feel like there was a the attraction or the momentum, the new start or fresh start that you wanted with that person is not there anymore. Even if it was a recent past or someone from your long ago past, I feel like letting that particular person go might be tough, and they might have an issue with letting you go as well for some. And some of you might be dealing with that scenario, and they don't want to let go, and you don't want to let go if you're on that side of the equation as well. So I feel like that might be an issue, so it's definitely very clear here. But I feel, depending on what side of the coin you might be on, just keep that in mind. So let's see, we're going to do just general with 2 cards from the Romance Angels for Leo for November 12th to the 18th. We have the worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life, and usually that is definitely waiting for the right time for love to unfold in your life, for the right person to come in, or to things to manifest. Sometimes if you feel like you're having troubles with letting go, or someone is having troubles with letting you go, that might be just a thing of timing, right? Messages for Leo from the 12th to the 18th. Call it in your soulmate. Your prayers and affirmations and visualizations help bring you together, and it just depends on who might be related to in your life. The person that you're dealing with, if they're not wanting to connect right now, and even if you feel like that's your soulmate, it might not be the right time right now, and you have no other choice but to move away, do your thing, a disconnect. But it seems like there's a karmic cycle that seems to be trying to close and closing right now, and you have to let it do so and allow the other person that you have been dealing with, especially with their coming out in reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different people showing up that you might be dealing with. Could be a marriage, friendships that might be involved as well, but the other person coming through very aggressive, sometimes very immature at times, a bit nasty, and vengeful too, and you're going to be careful with that particular person, whoever you might be dealing with. So just do your thing. I hope the messages did help out this week. Tons of love, lots of light to you, tons of healing vibes. I wish you the best, and you can always go to the website psychicloveheals.com, schedule something for you. Have a good one.